Hello, hello. Volume test, volume test. Trying to see. Let's check this audio before we start playing. Okay, I think I can. I think I can bring up a game audio just a little bit. Hopefully, it's not going to be too loud later. Good evening, and welcome back, everybody. This is our stream of Kamaitachi no Yoru. This is a Chunsoft sound novel, a precursor to what we would think of the modern visual novel. They're about the same style of game. I would say visual novels have a little more emphasis on the characters, with the full screen portraits and things like that. Whereas these older sound novels usually use images with full screen text. This is not a thing that was completely new for Japanese adventure games. There were a couple of these on PC, stuff like PC-98 games. But they were the ones that kind of popularized the console-based format and kind of led to an explosion of these types of games, especially the mystery style games. If you actually look, there's quite a few Japanese only imitators on the Super Famicom. And then Chunsoft would do their own follow-ups and stuff. Notably, Chunsoft is also the publisher of Dragon Quest at the time. Publisher and developer, I believe. And I can't remember if they did... I think they might have did the console version of Portopia Serial Murders, I believe. Yeah, this Portopia Serial Murder case. So, which was like one of the big adventure game popularizers as well. So they had a big influence on kind of narrative games in Japan. This is sort of I would say, missing link in the development of the visual novel. A lot of modern stuff that people like follows this game. Chunsoft's own work, including like the Zero Time Dilemma. I forget what the series is called. Yep. Yes, and hello, Jupiter. Yeah, whenever you're home, just let me know. But feel free to just chill out. Yeah. The Zero Time Dilemma and 999, as well as stuff like Danganronpa, all refers to this stuff, and then you'll have a lot of creators like the people behind, I believe his name's Uchikoshi, making reference to it and actually working on follow-ups and stuff like that. I wrote a big old article about it on canonfire.net, so if you look at the Kamaitachi no Yoru on Canonfire, there's a lot more details and like interesting things about the versions. We have had English versions of this game before. We had the iOS port, which is like changes a lot about the game, and as well as the PC version, which looks like gives it a completely different new anime art style. So a lot of those don't preserve any of the original atmosphere. So I'm very excited to play to play this game. And they even had like a Street Fighter crossover recently, which was very funny. Since there's no English language version of this, it's kind of lost. It's kind of just weird murder mystery appearing out of nowhere in Street Fighter, but that was fun. A cool thing about this is they use digitized photographs as well as like blue silhouettes on top of the backgrounds, and it lends it like a really unique mood. So I'm like I said, I'm pretty excited. I have seen a couple playthroughs of this before. Those were my primary sources for when I covered this game. But I've never actually got to play it, so I'll just play this and I'll read through it as I go. Before I do that, I think I've cut off a little bit too much of the game capture here. So let me fix that before we get started proper. Oops. There we go. For posterity's sake, let's just reset the system. We'll get it from the start. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Welcome to Kamaitachi no Yoru. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce everything as I can. But I am not a Japanese speaker, so the most basic thing you can do, yeah. You can change the names, but our guests are Toru and his partner Mari. We're just gonna start from the beginning. There we go. After I finally learned how to turn, I managed to reach the rest house at the foot of the mountain. Mari skillfully came to a stop in front of me as I caught my breath. The powder snow she kicked up covered my goggles and I couldn't see a thing. Is that you, Toru? You look like a snowman. I heard her laughing. Taking off my goggles, I brushed the snow off my body. The best you can say is, I'm better at falling down than I am at skiing. I didn't mean it like that. I think you're quickly improving, Toru. Mari also took off her goggles and flashed me a smile. Seeing Mari smile again after so many hours was like seeing the sun peeking out from beyond the clouds. I closely looked at her. Her long black hair went well with her white ski wear. She was the center of the attention on the slopes, easily skiing down the terrain no matter how dangerous it was. I thought everybody should expect a pretty face under those goggles. That's just how ski resorts are. I thought if they saw Mari, I was sure nobody would be disappointed. For a while, I had been annoyed with how Mari, who was born in a snowy region, was thoroughly showing off the gap in our skiing skills. But now I only felt pride. I knew her bulky ski wear hid not just her real face, but also her attractive figure. This man's in college for sure. Can we go one more time? You still ski? I wearily asked her that back. I was barely standing, having been training hard since morning. As if begging me, Mari put her hands together and said, "It's fine, right? Just once more." I pointed at the sky and said, "Come on, let's go back. I don't like how the weather looks." I wasn't lying. The sun had been occasionally showing its face today, but was completely hidden now. The whole sky was dark and gloomy. By the way, just let me know how the audio is. There's, it's a sound novel, so audio is a big part of it, and hopefully, my voice isn't too loud and the audio is not too loud. Okay, you're right. There may be a blizzard tonight. Mari frowned. Then how about we go back for today? We got into the four-wheel drive we borrowed from Mari's uncle, Mr. Kobayashi. Mari and I had met this past April at college. With a bold and persistent attack, I had gone on several dates with her and finally managed to secure a relationship this autumn. But it felt like a wild goose chase since she didn't respond no matter how hard I pushed. So when she invited me to go skiing with her, I was frankly surprised. She said her uncle, Jiro Kobayashi, runs a ski lodge in Shinshu. But since it was a little inconveniently far away from the ski slopes, it seemed few guests came even in the ski season. She invited me because her uncle would let us stay for cheap. Of course, I happily accepted and we came here to Shinshu yesterday, December 21st. Okay, almost Christmas. Around the time we'd arrived at the lodge, the sun had already set and snow had begun to fall. Mr. and Mrs. Kobayashi managed the spur, which looked like a log cabin on the outside but was a stylish ski log inside with white as its base color. Whether the menu was multinational or stateless, I couldn't say, but nevertheless everything was varied and tasted just as good. I was about to be in a slump. It was about to be in a slump, but it seemed to be getting popular with journals and magazines referring to it. It was cheap since they weren't busy. I realized that after we arrived yesterday, Mr. Kobayashi was trying not to make us worry. Unfortunately, or perhaps I should say naturally, Mari and I had separate rooms. Let's see. Let's meet in the lounge. Yeah. We met up in the lounge after changing clothes. Sofas surrounded a big brown table. We decided to wait in the lounge until dinner started. Like, I really love these silhouettes. There's some really good shots in here too. They would end up using a lot of photographs for their later games, like I think it's called Machi on the Saturn. I don't remember if that got a translation because that game's huge. But 428 Shibuya Scrambled, spiritual successor to Machi, also used, tons of photographs very famously. Just as we sat down, we heard some women's voices from upstairs. They looked like office workers, but about the same age as us, or 1 or 2 years younger. Chatting, they came down the stairs. The one with long hair said, "I didn't think we'd be this far away from the slopes." There was a slightly forceful look in her eyes, but she was still pretty. I got the impression she seems shallow. Okay, man. But look here, they said the food was good, right? Another woman who looked more like an eater than a skier pointed a pen in her right hand at the pages of a rolled-up magazine. Even now, she had an armful of sweets and was eating them by herself. She seemed a little overweight, but there was a charm to her like a panda. That's a weird way to describe it, but sure. That's why I didn't want to let you pick, Keiko. Are there tons of places you can eat back in Tokyo? Good grief. The woman with long hair was furious. Hey, it's not so bad. The atmosphere is nice, and I think the service is better at places like these. The last woman with horn-rimmed glasses tried to calm her down. Her glasses complemented her hair, which was cut short like a boy's. She looked the most capable of the three. Mari coldly whispered to me, "Well, who's your favorite?" Well, we gotta say by a girl, right? What a silly question, honey. The only one I have eyes is for you, baby. I wagged my finger at her. You dummy, come on. You can't flatter me that easily. Mari burst out laughing. The girl in the glasses came up to us with a camera and asked, "Excuse me, would you mind being in a picture with us?" Well, I wasn't expecting that. Being such a handsome guy has its disadvantages sometimes. I got up and approached her. No, I don't mind, so what kind of pose? But then the girl hurriedly pushed me away. Oh, you must be her manager. You don't have to be in the picture. Manager? You're the actress Momoyo Harata, right? Look, she was in the skiing movie. Come with me sometimes. She was asking for a picture with Mari. She's mistaken her for an actress. The slightly overweight girl was sweating nervously. Oh, I just want you to know when they redid everybody to have anime portraits, the overweight girl looks like a normal anime girl. You know, God forbid we draw a chubby girl. It's fine, right, manager? Mari was grinning at me. Okay, please take our picture. The girl in the glasses handed me her camera. Okay. Here we go, I guess. Okay, cheese! I snapped the photo right on the Z sound of the cheese. I was sure it would make everybody look funny in it. Oh, Mari and the others were all laughing together, unaware of my mean-spirited prank. It looks like they were already hitting it off. What? I thought I knew who you were, but I guess not. I'm sorry, I got carried away. No, it was Aki's fault for mistaking who you were. The long-haired girl poked at the girl in glasses. Sorry, I really thought you were her manager. As the girl took her camera back, she and the other two girls politely bowed to me. I insincerely said, "Oh, it's fine. I don't mind at all." But Mari's so pretty, I didn't feel bad when she said it like that. And we went back and forth like that. We naturally started to introduce ourselves. The long-haired girl complaining about being far from the slopes is Kanako Watase. The cute, slightly overweight girl who kept eating sweets is Keiko Kitano. And the girl in the glasses with the camera is Akikawa Mura. They all seem to be 18-year-old office workers. Okay, they got an office job right out of high school, huh? That's not shit that's gonna ever happen again. Kanoka asked me, we just got here earlier, but how are the slopes? But today was my first time skiing, so I wouldn't know if they were good or bad. Mari answered in my place. They were great! The lifts weren't that packed either. Kanako must like skiing just as much as Mari, since they excitedly started to talk about things like good places for it and the types of snow they like to ski on. Let me adjust this. Keiko and Aki were listening but look a little uninterested. Maybe Kanako forced them to come along with her. Just then the sounds of an engine approached and stopped right in front of the spur. Looks like some new guests have arrived. After a moment, the bells at the front door rang and I heard a loud voice on a Kansai dialect. I'm not gonna do a Kansai dialect, bro. Ah, thank goodness, I thought we'd die. A man and a woman came in with their coats and heads covered in snow. The red-faced, plump man looked to be in his early 50s. The tall, slender woman seemed to be in her late 30s. Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Kayama, welcome. I was worried since you were late. Mr. Kobayashi came from the back and welcomed them in. Mr. Kayama said, a horrible blizzard had started, and we almost got lost. I looked out the window. It wasn't snowing as much as earlier, but it was getting worse. An old-fashioned cuckoo clock on the wall announced it was 7 p.m. I reflexively looked at my own digital watch, but it still read 6:55. Was my watch slow? Dinner is ready, so please come down to the dining hall. Midori Shinozaka, a part-time worker at the Spur, came out from the dining hall. I'll take your luggage and coats so you can have dinner as well, Mr. and Mrs. Kayama. Mr. Kobayashi had them sign in at the reception, then offered them dinner. As I was looking at them, my eyes met with Miss Kayama's. It felt like just for a moment she had a sad look in her eyes. She sweetly smiled and gently bowed. I rushed to do the same. I noticed Mari was also looking at her. I thought she might be teasing me again, but contrary to my expectations, she muttered something to me. She's beautiful, huh? Mari, you're much prettier, I flattered her. Don't flatter me so obviously. Mari puffed her cheeks. That wasn't flattery. I stared right into Mari's eyes. Slightly blushing, Mari looked away and suddenly stood up. Okay, let's go. She seemed shy for some reason. The tables in the dining hall were already set with knives and forks. The three girls and the Kayamas were already seated. We sat at a table for two. A candle shaped like a Christmas tree was in the center of the table. Its small flame flickered in Mari's eyes as she looked down. Her beautiful hands were in the middle of the table and practically inviting me. Not even aware I was doing it, I gently touched her hands. Just as I made contact, Mari froze in surprise, but she didn't try to pull her hands back. I'll be normal. I'll be normal this playthrough. This is a multiple playthrough game, so maybe I'll be real obnoxious later. I boldly asked, "What do you think of me?" "What do you mean?" Mari looked away and played dumb. Like I said, do you like me or not? If I didn't, I wouldn't have come all the way here with you. So you like me? Faintly enough that I wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't paying attention, she nodded. I was half expecting that ever since she invited me. Now that I knew that her feelings were for sure, I felt like I'd gone to heaven. I was so oblivious to my surroundings and the flavor of my food. Mari was in front of me. That was enough. And before I realized it, I had an empty coffee cup. Dinner was already done. I looked around and noticed an awfully strange guest. A man in a coat was sitting in the corner of the dining hall, almost blending into the wall. He hadn't taken off his coat or hat for dinner, and moreover was wearing black sunglasses. He didn't look like a businessman here for work, much less a skier. Yakuza. That was my first impression. Why would a Yakuza come to a place like this? It's fine. Now that I knew Mari's feelings for me, I wasn't worried about it. It didn't matter if the man was a Yakuza or a member of the Mafia. I said, shall we go to the lounge? Sure. But more importantly, how about we go do some night skiing? Mari said something unbelievable. You're joking, right? You're not gonna ski at night in a blizzard like this, are you? Besides, I was already exhausted. The weather forecast says you shouldn't. Midori, wearing an apron, joined in on the conversation. For now, it looks like it's safest to stay here. I wasn't sure how old Midori was. I thought she might be in her 20s, but sometimes she would look either like a high school student or a middle-aged woman to me. Perhaps because she spends all her free time on the slopes, her hair and face were snowburned like a surfer. Is it that fierce? I was half relieved and half anxious. The forecast says that there might be snow unlike anything in recent years. This time, the other part-time worker, Toshio Kubota, joined in. Toshio is a self-professed 6th-year college student. He said he loved skiing so much that he was putting off his courses and continuing his part-time work here. A little over 180 centimeters tall, he had the build to be good at any sport, of course, including skiing. His sunburn was a good match for Midori's. Being near guys like Toshio made me lose my nerve a little, especially when I was with my girlfriend. I waited for Mari to react. It didn't look like her eyes twinkled with longing, nor did she seem to be holding back a throbbing heart. I was relieved. I asked, "We won't get trapped here and starve to death, right?" Toshio waved his hands and laughed. "We'll be fine. We're away from town, so we're always prepared with food. With canned food and such, we have enough food here to last many people 3 weeks. Just the thought of being trapped here for 3 weeks terrified me. No, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I was with Mari." As I thought that, I fleetingly glanced at her. Something wrong? No, it's nothing. Toshio sounded disappointed when he said 3 weeks was just an exaggeration, but we might not be able to ski tomorrow. Well, school's on break, so I don't think you'd mind staying another day or two, right? Mari said, right. It's up to my uncle. Considering the situation, he may let us stay a little bit longer. It's fine, right, Toru? Could be a real cheapskate. Yeah, of course. I smiled back. Actually, I had a part-time job myself, but I rarely had any chances like these. I couldn't turn her down. Something good might happen in the days we spend here. I let those thoughts swirl in my head, and we heard a commotion coming from the entrance. Mari and I got up and left the dining hall. At the entrance, the 3 girls were shouting something to Mr. Kobayashi. Wait, please calm down and then speak. What in the world happened? Like I was telling you, when we got back to our room just now, this was on the floor. Shaking, they handed a small piece of paper to Mr. Kobayashi. When I peeked at it from the side, I saw words written out in a red marker. Tonight, at midnight, someone will die. Tonight at midnight, someone will die? When I read that out loud, everybody gasped at once. Several seconds later, Mr. Kobayashi said, "Is someone messing with us?" What awful taste. Mari frowned. That joke certainly was in horrible taste, if they really meant it. But someone had to have entered our room to put this here, right? Oof, I feel so creeped out I can't sleep there. Kaneko looked like she was on the verge of tears. If you found it on the floor, couldn't they have slipped it through the gap under the door? Was the door locked? When Mr. Kobayashi said that, the girls had blank looks on their faces. Yeah, they wouldn't need to go inside. Looks like they hadn't even thought of that somehow. Aki said, but I still feel creeped out. Would you like to switch rooms? Luckily, some rooms are empty. Do any of them have a TV? When Keiko asked that, Mr. Kobayashi shook his head as if apologizing. I'm sorry. I usually don't put TVs in the guest rooms. Only 2 rooms have a TV, and you're staying in one of them. What about the other one? Unfortunately, it's occupied. If you'd like to watch TV, you will have to bear with staying in your current room. What should we do? The 3 girls looked at each other and started talking amongst themselves. Aki said, I feel really creeped out. Kaneko replied, do we really need a TV? Keiko selfishly said, There's something I want to watch. You want to watch TV? Then why did you come here?
She wants to watch twitch.tv.
Yeah, she wants to watch twitch.tv/cigarettes. Unfortunately, we're not streaming on twitch.tv/cigarettes.
Fuck. Never mind. YouTube.com.
Welcome back to /C/cigarettes.
/C/cigarettes. Fuck me, shit. Oh no.
And welcome, Moz.
Hey.
Perfect timing.
Imagine just playing a game and they're like, I would like to watch the streamer, and it's your name, and you're like,
don't give people ideas. What? They're gonna do that. They're gonna do Twitch integration that does your streamer name.
As long as it doesn't give them your stream code.
What if it shows your stream in the game?
It's like that Taze on Day Team Fortress 2 video where he's just like accidentally has it like looping in the background as an echo, and it just like gets louder every time.
But yes, yeah, we're playing Kamaitachi no Yoru. You didn't miss much. There we have Toru and Mari, and they are at a ski lodge, and they met a bunch of the guests, and somebody just put in a note that said that somebody's gonna die at midnight. You know, classic murder mystery shit.
It's not really a murder mystery yet, if no one has died. If somebody says you're gonna die, that's more of a death threat.
Okay. Anyhow.
Than a murder, technically. But I'm guessing hilarity ensues.
Yeah. Murder comedy. All right, let's continue. Keiko selfishly said, there's something I want to watch. You want to watch TV? Then why did you come here? We came here to ski. Kaneko was furious. I know that, but I can't miss today. The last episode of the 101st Maltese is tonight. I haven't seen it, but it's a popular drama these days about dogs and love. Mm-hmm. In the end, the girls decided it was a pointless prank. They saw no point to changing rooms, and so they returned to their room.
Ski also means love in Japanese.
That's not... Shut up. That's not what that means.
Ski.
The suki. That's different. We came here to ski. Yeah, they can't. It's actually...
They localized
it. Yeah. It's actually a loan rusher from skiing. They just loved skiing so much.
You know that song, Ski, motherfucker?
That means something very different. Moss.
That's about love.
Moss, that's not about love. That means something very different, Moss.
Anyways, someone's gonna die.
Anyhow, who wrote that note? There aren't any children here. Maria mischievously looked at me. What if it was you, Toru? She said something ridiculous. Mr. Kobayashi looked at me in surprise. Do I be a little shit? Or is that gonna get me murdered?
That's right. I sent a death threat.
That's right. I love joking about death threats.
If you sent out a death threat, you might be a redneck.
Raise a finger if you ever sent a death threat. Grinning, I said, the cat's out of the bag now. That's right. Mr. Kobayashi said, Toru, there's no way you... I'm kidding. His complexion changed, so I rushed to deny him. Don't say that to the other guests. I don't want them to panic. Yeah, I guess jokes and pranks like that are no laughing matter to the lodge's owner. Oop.
My teacher is a fucking NPC. He's just a shadow standing in the back.
Just then the phone at the reception started to ring. Yes, this is the Spur. To not unintentionally eavesdrop on Mr. Kobayashi, we sat on the sofas in the empty lounge. However, we could still hear his loud voice fine from where we were sitting. Ah, Mr. Mikimoto. I'm sorry to say, but we're done with dinner, but your room is still reserved. Yes, around the station? I think you're about 30 or 40 minutes away by car, but the snow's getting worse now. Mari whispered to me. Looks like another guest is coming now. Did the snow delay them? Sure sounds like it. I hope they don't get lost or get into an accident. I see. Then I look forward to your arrival. I see.
I see.
Once Mr. Kobayashi finished his call, the middle-aged man came down the stairs.
He politely asked, do you mind if I turn the TV on?
They did say he has a Kansai dialect, so...
I'd
no,
like
go
to
ahead.
watch somebody eat a sandwich.
When I said that, he turned it on with the remote on the table. He flipped through the channels one by one, skipping any trite dramas that were on. It's hopeless. I can't find them anywhere. I guess I have to wait some more. He turned the TV off and turned to us. Have you heard today's closing prices? Closing prices? Stock prices. There's no evening paper out here in the sticks. I should have brought a radio. Mr. Kobayashi called out, Mr. Kayama, didn't you promise you'd forget about work? Jiro, no, it's not work. I don't know why I'm turning into a fucking New Yorker. I look at them every day, so I'll get anxious if I don't. What about your wife, Mr. Kayama? Ever since you two got married, you haven't had one vacation because of your work. You said yourself that the two of you ought to have one all by yourself. Mr. Kobayashi stopped there once he noticed me and Mari waiting. May I introduce you all? Mr. Kayama, this is my niece, Mari. And Toro here, he may become my nephew-in-law. Nephew-in-law? No way, Uncle Jiro. Don't decide that for me. Please, decide for her soon.
What?
That's our protagonist, our college-age protagonist.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you're Jiro's niece. Even so, you're very pretty. He lewdly looked at Mari as he said that. What a creepy old man. This guy's like 50. No, maybe I'm overthinking it. Mr. Kayama was a great help at my previous job. He's the president of a company in Osaka. Hello. Nice to meet you. Don't you think this is such a nice lodge? I know several people who dared to quit their office jobs to start an udon or soba shop, but none of them did it as well as Jiro here. Are the two of you students? Mr.
Jiro
Kayama
dreams of sushi.
Fuck off! Jiro dreams of Ski Lodge the Spur.
I like how when you said, hello, this is the Spur, you did the voice that you do when you do Barack Obama voice.
I did not!
My fellow Americans, this is the Spur.
I did not. Toru, you should take some notes from Jiro here. He's a splendid guy. By the way, have you gotten a job yet? No, I'm
Christ.
still... not yet. How about you work for me? I'm fair and I run my company as a meritocracy. I'm fine with paying second-year workers more than a 10th-year worker. That's right. Capitalism, baby. It's very Confucian of me.
If you work more for me, I think less of you. Is maybe not the best pitch that you can give to people.
He kept loudly talking on and on. Yeah, but on the flip side, I won't give raises to people who don't pull their weight, so won't you come work for me? I couldn't tell how serious he was. Yeah, let's go get a job. Yes, of course. Please let me work for you. I put my heart into my reply.
I don't know. You really want it. I don't like that you wanted the job too much.
I chuckled to myself. Looks like my job search is over. But it looked like Mr. Kayama didn't hear me. There's a...
Immediately. There's a lot of recession. Possible recession these days. I don't know.
Those problems don't concern us, since in my meritocracy, I only hire people who give it their all. What do you think? Mari and Mr. Kobayashi were just grinning and staring at me. I gotta get this job, motherfucker. Yes, please! I repeated myself once more. I see. Well said. If you decided, strike while the iron's hot. My company's a meritocracy. It sure fucking is. So I don't care about your academic record or if you graduated or not. You can come to Osaka and start working right away.
Oh my gosh.
If I didn't even need all my credits, I wouldn't have to write a graduate thesis either. My prospects look bright. Or they should. Mari disappointedly said, "You're dropping out and going to Osaka? Then I wouldn't be able to see you." Huh? Let's go.
What is this choice?
Mari! Please marry me and come to Osaka with me. While I was at it, I proposed to her. No thanks. If you want to go, why don't you go by yourself?
Wah, wah.
And once my dreamy vacation ended, I dropped out of college and departed for Osaka alone. I never saw Mari again for the next 20 years. Mr. Kayama retired due to poor health, and I succeeded him as company president. I like how they have the crab, so you know it's Osaka.
Jesus Christ, you got the...
I got the capitalist.
Dropout ending.
The dropout ending. Nowhere near becoming a millionaire with my small company, I was satisfied in my own way with staying busy every day. I married and had 2 children. Then my wife and I drove to that ski lodge full of memories for me. When we came in,
Sam Reich hired me.
Fuck you. He's been here the whole... When I came in, I heard a nostalgic voice greeting. "Welcome! I've been here the whole time!"
Make some noise! And then there's a dead body in front of
Jesus Christ. Mr. Kobayashi's hair was completely white. Oh, thank goodness. I thought we'd die when that horrible blizzard started. As I said that, a strange sensation struck me. Was this deja vu? I'm imagining things. That's gotta be it. At the time, I never thought I'd be dragged into a horrifying murder case.
Oh, so just loop back around.
Yeah. 20 years later.
They're just like, you know what? Fuck this school shit. I'm just gonna go to Osaka, have a... So, okay, you're still stuck in the...
Yeah, you have to reset the system.
But why would that... I feel like that's... Okay, that means that there's somebody in your life who's trying to commit such atrocity. I think that might be the person that you're trying to propose to, because it's that you haven't seen her.
Don't think about it too hard.
See her again, couldn't you? I think that's something. That says something about society.
All right, let's not get a job. Let's see. Not yet. How about you come work for me? I'm fair and I run my company as a meritocracy.
Meritocracy. Oh, this guy's gonna die first because he sexually harassed.
I'm still debating
I think I figured it out.
You figured it out?
Oh, there's been a lot of fuss about recessions. These problems don't concern us, since in my meritocracy, I cannot. I only hire people who give it their all, so what do you think?
Mari and her uncle were just grinning and staring at me. I see. Please let me think it over some more. For some reason, I wanted to put this topic to rest. After all, why is my company strong through recessions? It's because it looked like he wasn't finished yet.
Meritocracy? Let me guess.
Meritocracy.
How are my companies a meritocracy?
Excuse me, dear. I heard a woman's quiet voice. When I turned around, that beautiful woman, Mrs. Kayama, was standing at the bottom of the stairs. I hope Seiichi isn't bothering you too much. Even from a distance, I sensed a mismatch between the Kayamas. But up close, I realized she was even younger than I thought. She was about 35 or 36, which made her at least 10 years younger than him, even speaking conservatively. Mr. Kayama introduced us. This is my wife, Haruko, and this is Jiro's niece and her fiancé. We were steadily building up to this as an established fact. Mari looked like she'd given up on the will to object. Pleased to meet you. Hello. Smiling sweetly, Mrs. Kayama sat by her husband. Dinner tonight was delicious. Please don't flatter me. Mr. Kobayashi looked fairly pleased as he said that. That's not flattery at all. It was really amazing. Hearing you say that is a true compliment. It felt awfully intimate in the room.
I run our family like a meritocracy.
I'm thirsty. Is there any beer around here? Irritated, Mr. Kayama spoiled the mood. As if trying to rectify a mistake, Mr. Kobayashi asked, yeah, will anybody else have a drink? Mari and I looked at each other and nodded. Just a little. Mari used her fingers to show how much she wanted. Nah, man. I'm a college boy.
Is it free?
Is it
Come
free?
on, you gotta ask. You gotta be frugal in this.
Wanting to show I could handle my liquor, I said, a whole case of it would be enough. You're pretty full of yourself, huh? Mari got angry. I was just joking.
Another bad end. I drank myself.
Drank myself to a stupor. My girlfriend was gone the next day.
I woke up and everybody was away. I was the only one alive.
Suddenly, we heard the sound of something heavy falling outside the window. Something fell outside. Mari giggled, seeing me jump up in surprise. It's just snow falling off the roof. What, snow? That was anticlimactic. Was it really snow? Staring into the darkness outside, I doubted that, and I noticed a faint flickering light. Headlights were rapidly approaching, and I could make out the sounds of an engine.
That was Snow, the famous Canadian rapper known for Informer, from his debut album 6 Inches of Snow.
Yeah. When did that come out?
Don't fucking know. It ruins the joke. But just a guy named Snow just bodies fall.
There weren't any other houses around here, so it must be that guest arriving late. Just as I thought, the engine sounds went around to the back of the house and stopped. Before long, we heard footsteps outside the front porch, and the double door at the entrance was opening. This is a very serious theme. This is the theme of a very serious man.
Oh wait, there's supposed to be music?
Can you not hear the music?
No. I thought this has been kind of a...
I can't hear the music in the sound novel?
I don't know. I thought it's a sound novel, right? I thought it was just fucking glorified Kindle.
A glorified Kindle. You're those
not good music at all.
You're those guys on GOG saying, "Yeah, it's cool, but it's not really a game." Every time they play a walking sim.
Oh no, I think it's a game.
There,
You
can
made
you hear
a
it now?
choice, like, yes.
Excuse
Gonna work
me.
for the...
This is Mr. Mikimoto. Is anyone here?
Wait, there's an issue. Now I cannot see the game.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Maybe because you tapped out or something? Give me a second. Oh, now it works.
Wait, what if I full screen it? Can you still see it?
Nope.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Excuse me, this is Mr. Mikimoto. Is anybody here? A man's thick voice echoed towards us. Ah, Mr. Mikimoto, welcome. Mr. Kobayashi came running from the dining room. The tall man took off his shoes and stepped inside. Mr. Kobayashi hurriedly placed our drinks on the table and ran off to the reception. For a while, I had no idea what would happen. The wipers were useless and my car got stuck. Mr. Mikimoto kept chatting as he registered at the reception. The name didn't suit him, with a bearded face and a build like a mountain man. Mr. Kobayashi asked, "Dinner has already been served, but if you like, I can make some rice balls." No thank you. I've had enough to eat on the way here. I'd like something hot to drink. Would you like coffee or black tea? What about some soup?
Give me a warm beer.
A warm... That's disgusting. Give me a hot cola. Some black tea, please. Should I bring it to your room? Perhaps to the lounge here? The lounge is fine. Mr. Mikimoto glanced towards us. Very well, here's your key. Please come back down when you're done with your luggage upstairs.
Oh, he's dead.
With his key for Mr. Kobayashi, Mr. Mikimoto carried his luggage upstairs. The cuckoo clock rang once. It was 8:30. Oh, I'm sorry. Please feel free to have your drinks. Mr. Kobayashi called out to us and then returned to the dining hall again. Then, would anyone like to have a toast? Mr. Kayama, Mari, and I each took our glasses. Cheers! We lightly clinked our glasses together and sipped our drinks. My wee brain can only look at cheers and immediately hear "Kanpai!"
Kanpai. Me who never drank in my life. Kanpai, damn, that's a vibe. Me straight edge, damn, this is a vibe.
Mrs. Kayama, perhaps because she couldn't drink or didn't want to decline to join us. That's you. When it's this cold outside, the greatest luxury is drinking a cold beer in the middle of a room. Don't you think so? Mr. Kayama was grinning.
You're running this party like a meritocracy.
Yeah, we'll be normal about it. Yeah, it is, I politely agreed. Certainly beer you drink in a warm room as you see a blizzard outside had a different taste from beer you drink in the middle of summer. Good evening, everyone. I heard Mr. Mikimoto's loud footsteps as he came back down the stairs. You're all having a beer. I give in. I still feel frozen solid. He looked very cheerful, sitting next to Mari as he was laughing out loud. Back already, Mr. Mikimoto. Your black tea is ready. Mr. Kobayashi came back with some more beer. As he said, Mrs. Kobayashi and Midori brought a tray with a teapot and cup. Haruko, you're not having any beer. Would you like some black tea? We also have what's called a Mississippi mud cake. It's very good. What is a Mississippi mud cake? Some kind of cocktail? Or an actual cake?
I don't think it would be a cocktail if they're like, they don't want to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up. Mississippi.
When Mrs. Kobayashi asked her, Mrs. Koyama thought a little and then nodded. I'd like some, yeah. I feel revived. Thankful for
I killed him, yeah.
Yeah, I killed him. Thankful for his tea, Mr. Mikimoto was blowing on and drinking it. I can't fully tell a man's age if they grow a beard, and he was no exception. Judging from how he spoke, he seemed to be in his mid-30s, but not quite middle-aged yet. If he shaved his beard, however, he might look to be 20 or about as old as me and Mari. Is this everyone staying here? Taking a break from drinking his tea, Mr. Mikimoto looked around at us. Mr. Kobayashi replied, no, there are 4 others tonight. Ah, that's right. Midori, the 3 girls may want some tea. Could you go ask them? Okay. With a pitter-patter of her slippers, Midori headed to the reception. Midori turned back to us and asked, what about that other man? The one who looked a little scary? Ah, she must have meant the guy I thought looked like a Yakuza. Ah, Mr. Tanaka, just in case, please ask him too. I'd rather not. It's fine if you don't want to. He doesn't look like the social type. Oh, thank goodness. Midori dialed the extension phone for the 3 girls' room. Boss! They said they want some and are coming down. She hung up the phone and called to us. Mr. Kobayashi forced a smile and muttered, couldn't she speak a little more politely? I could be an old man. Ah, you said it. Goodness, young women these days. Dude, you're like 20.
It's ultimately your job. It isn't meritocracy after all.
Well, it's ultimately your job to keep your workers in line. I spoke keenly with some sighs mixed in. The music stopped. Mr. Kobayashi's cheeks twitched. Toru, you.
You got stabbed.
The atmosphere in the room became unsettling. Now, Jiro. You too, Toru.
Shinderu.
Mrs. Kobayashi intervened. Well, I'm gonna go prepare those three girls' drinks. She took the tray back to the kitchen. Somehow, the atmosphere in the room returned to normal. Well, the service here is very good, huh? Impressed, Mr. Mikimoto nodded. No. I just started the ski lodge since I like entertaining guests. Mr. Kobayashi looked very shy. Soon, the 3 girls came downstairs. Good evening! Hey, don't push like that, Kanako. But I still wanted to watch TV. Just like that, it got noisy. Something smells good. Excuse me, coming through. Kanako, I told you to stop pushing me.
Shut the fuck up.
Kanako,
I want to eat the fucking cake.
I do want to eat that fucking cake, dude. This sounds good right now.
I did post it.
Oh, I did see that cake. The Mississippi mud cake. This looks like a fucking s'mores pecan. It's like a s'mores and truffle cake combined. Holy shit.
It looks like it is very sweet.
Mari and I sat on the stairs. Even so, the sofas were completely packed. At about the same time, Mrs. Kobayashi came in with some black tea. I asked Toshio too, but it looks like he doesn't want any since he's watching TV.
That's
Thank
Japanese
you for the tea.
television.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry, they're just sprinkling like Yakuza, the like
It's made in Japan. Like, what do you want?
I want my jelly donuts.
He offered to make him some jelly donuts earlier, remember? The 3 girls said that together and brought it to their lips. The cuckoo clock rang out at the time, and we looked at it all at once. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was 9 p.m. When the clock stopped ringing, we could all hear the wind fiercely blowing outside. The window frames shook enough that I thought the thick glass would shatter. Aki worriedly asked, "There won't be an avalanche, will there?" "No, don't jinx us any further. I'm still creeped out from what happened." Kanako was about to say something but covered her mouth in surprise. That was awkward. What? Did something happen? I plan to follow up with
I will say it, and then it cuts to like the door opening, and they see Barrett, Tifa, and Cloud walk in
yeah, from Street Fighter 6.
because you know
Because
their group is called Avalanche.
fuck you. You know, this game did have a crossover with Street Fighter 6.
Damn. Really?
We're
Oh
coming
yeah,
full circle.
it did. I forgot.
We were talking about being trapped here in the blizzard and starving to death. Huh? No way, that won't happen. Mr. Mikimoto laughed out loud. Without skipping a beat, Kaneko asked, "Excuse me, do you work here?" Me? I'm just a guest." Looks like we managed to get off that grim subject. Mr. Mikimoto continued, "We haven't met since I was late for dinner. Let me introduce myself to all the young ladies." He put his cup down and spoke most seriously. "I'm Yosuke Mikimoto, a freelance photographer." Jesus Christ, man. "I specialize in landscapes, but if any of you would like me to take nude photos of you, please don't be shy."
Was
that supposed to be a joke?
I hope somebody fucking stabs his ass.
The only one smiling was him. Ugh, no way. The three girls looked glad to refuse him. "No need to be embarrassed. You all may look beautiful now, when you're young, but when you get older, you'll wish you had pictures of yourself from back then." I discreetly looked at Mari's face. Nothing but a scornful expression. Thank goodness. "Kaneko, will you pose for some pictures?" Keiko bumped her with her elbow. No way. I'm not brave enough for that." Kaneko was shaking her head fiercely, but she didn't look entirely displeased. Oh. Mr. Kayama shouted in surprise. "What? That sounded like glass shattering." "I'll go check." Mr. Kobayashi suddenly stood up and disappeared into the hallway. I couldn't put my finger on why, but the atmosphere turned from comfortable to serious just like that. Finally, Mr. Kobayashi returned with Toshio. "Nothing out of place on the first floor. I'm sorry, everyone, but would you please check your rooms for a broken window? The lodge will turn into a freezer if we leave it alone." Recognizing the urgent situation, we stood up and went to upstairs together. Upstairs, I first ran into my room. I saw nothing out of the ordinary from just opening the door and looking inside. But to be safe, I made sure the window was shut tight and then went back into the hallway. Mari, the Kayamas, Mr. Mikimoto, and the three girls were coming out of their rooms. You didn't have to read their minds to figure out that from their expressions that nothing seemed to have happened. Finally, Mr. Kobayashi came out of an empty room he was checking. "Nothing unusual, everyone. Only one room is left." Saying that, he stared at a door. Was this the room for the man who looked like a Yakuza? We naturally gathered around Mr. Kobayashi. Mari muttered, "Come to think of it, that man may have written that threatening note." "What do you mean?" She whispered so that nobody else could hear. "Maybe he killed someone in that room."
I don't trust her.
"Your girlfriend?"
N-
"No way, isn't it just 9 p.m.? Even if
Okay,
the
if
note
you
was
say
real,
it like that
didn't
sounds
it
really
announce
bad.
midnight?" "That's true, but usually the culprit will announce a crime in order to mislead the criminal investigation. Haven't you read any Japanese mysteries by Edogawa Ranpo, Toru?"
Edogawa Rampo? Danganronpa? What?
Fuck off! That's not.
I know. But
You-
is this the writer who inspired the, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Inspired what? Danganronpa?
Yeah.
He's a famous suspense and mystery guy. His name is his pen name is a Japanese style version of Edgar Allan Poe, Edogawa Ranpo.
Oh, that's But Edgar Allan Poe didn't write mysteries. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Hey, read-only museum. Yeah, the iOS version being the only version that was officially localized 10 years ago and just like being completely different with like just random photographs and like a just text. It really did not convey the same amount of the same
Tanaka-san, Tanaka-san, are you there?
That's not what it says, Moss.
Sir, Mr. Tanaka.
Mr. Kobayashi boldly approached the door and pounded on it.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Shut up. A while passed with no reply. Listening closely, we heard what sounded like something flapping in the wind. Mr. Tanaka! Mr. Kobayashi kept pounding on the door. But as expected, no reply. I said, I knew it. It looks like something happened in there. Nodding, Mr. Kobayashi grabbed the knob. No good, it's locked. Mr. Kobayashi hesitated for just a moment and then eventually inserted a key into the keyhole. It unlocked with a click. Just in case, Mr. Kobayashi said, Excuse us! But right as the door opened, everyone knew that something was off about the room. A fiercely cold wind came blowing past us through the open door. We could hear the clattering of a flapping curtain and what sounded like two things banging against each other. Mr. Tanaka! When Mr. Kobayashi let go of the door, the wind forcefully slammed it into the wall.
Okay, before you read any further, I just want to acknowledge the sprite loop and how funny it was.
I'd say, I don't know, it's pretty good.
It looks like... I
like
mean,
the pixel snow.
It looks like the curtains are talking to each other.
We saw the inside of the room. It was a twin room, just like mine. There were no single rooms, so even single guests used twin rooms. Snow was whirling in through the wide open window like it had gone crazy. The heavy curtains were clattering so much I thought they might get torn off the rail. There were only some glass shards on the snow. There were glass shards and snow on the bed by the window, and no people. Sir? Mr. Tanaka? Shouting, Mr. Kobayashi opened the door to the bathroom next to the entrance. There was a sound from the window. When we turned around, the window, which was now almost only the frame, was being slammed against the outside wall. I asked, did they get out through the window? Why would they do that? Mr. Kobayashi asked the obvious question.
Sneaky motherfucker.
That's not what that means.
Alright.
Of course, I didn't know either. Mr. Kobayashi seemed hesitant to go in. Shouldn't we check? I urged Mr. Kobayashi forward. He slightly nodded and gingerly started approaching the back. Mari and I followed him in, and the others peered inside from the hallway. Using his right hand to shield his face from the snow and the wind blowing in, Mr. Kobayashi managed to get to the window. Just then, he stopped moving, as if out of shock. What the? I casually approached and followed his line of sight.
Don't start playing the bass.
There was an open space less than a meter wide between the bed and the window. Something that looked like a mannequin was on the floor. A hand stuck out of some black cloth. A deathly pale foot was carelessly placed on top. Finally, there was a pair of sunglasses next to the bluish-black face. There are dolls where the limbs and torso are connected by threads, and would collapse if you let them go slack. The limbs in front of us were piled up just like one of those. What in the world? This is a dead body! A corpse! No longer concerned about the snow blowing onto him, Mr. Kobayashi could only scream. Unable to say anything, Mari and I were paralyzed with fear as we saw snow start to accumulate on that pile of body parts.
You know, maybe he deserved it because he had black face.
What are you fucking talking about?
He had a bluish black face. Let me build races real quick before he died.
Cancelled after I died because my face turned black.
Yeah. Problematic.
Jesus.
It's also Yakuza, damn.
10 minutes passed. All of the lodge workers and guests had gathered in the lounge downstairs. Well, more accurately, everyone except our dead guest. The only ones who saw it were myself, Mr. Kobayashi, and Mari. He'd driven the others away from the room before they could see it. We hadn't had a chance to explain what we saw, so we only sipped on our hot tea in our fright. Irritated, Midori said, "Come on, can't you at least tell us what happened?" I glanced at Mr. Kobayashi, but it looked like he hadn't heard her. Oh, breathing hard, I answered. He was dead. His severed limbs were scattered there. He was dead.
It's like a haiku.
Yeah.
Not really.
I heard somebody gulp. Severed? What's that supposed to mean?
You know that December song?
Yeah. It is December. Midori must have thought it was a bad joke as she pointedly asked me for more details. Midori, what about it do you not understand? Before I knew it, my voice cracked as I shouted. His body parts were scattered! His head, his arms, his legs, all severed and scattered on the floor. Oh no! One of the girls screamed and started to cry. I then saw it was Aki. Midori quietly asked, "Was he Mr. Tanaka?" "Yeah, I think so. His complexion was so completely different that I couldn't tell for sure, but I think it was him."
Guy got insta-gibbed.
He kind of.
Fucking got shot with a rail gun.
Suddenly, Midori narrowed her eyes. Are you sure it wasn't just a very well-made doll? Were it and that threatening note both just a prank? There's no way you could confuse a person for a doll.
Oh, suicide.
I shuddered. Yeah, he cut himself up.
The gauze gonna take a while.
I shuddered, remembering how the severed arm poked out of the pile. But special effects in movies these days are amazing, right? Was it anything like that?
It's not a movie. It's real life. It's real, not fake. Real.
Midori
like
talking about it made me doubt myself. It was a corpse, no doubt about it. It was covered in blood. When Mr. Kobayashi declared that, Aki screamed again. I knew it! That threatening note was real! I want to go home! Come to think of it, I've heard of this before. It could be a Kamaitachi. Licking his lips, Mr. Mikimoto started to speak. I asked back, a Kamaitachi? Yeah, have you heard of it? There are old stories around here of people's skin or clothes suddenly being cut for no reason. People say this is the work of a yokai known as a Kamaitachi, which means sickle weasel in Japanese. I said in Japanese.
In Japanese.
Mr. Mikimoto quietly said that and looked around at us. After a brief silence,
a yokai is?
A yokai. It's a Japanese spirit, I said in Japanese.
It's a thing that you catch in yokai watch.
After a brief silence, Mr. Kobayashi laughed scornfully. You're saying that a Kamaitachi dismembered Mr. Tanaka like that? Don't be ridiculous. Mari also joined in.
Here. You gotta prove it. Show us how you cut up a body.
Plus, isn't what you call a Kamaitachi a natural phenomenon? I've heard of vacuum pockets that cause cuts like those. That didn't bother Mr. Mikimoto. That explanation is more or less correct. But regardless of whether it was a yokai or a natural phenomenon, we do know that cuts like that happen. I said, but even if you heard of them cutting skin or clothes, can they dismember a human body like that?
You have to use a meter.
No, this is from the 90s. There weren't meter mechanics like that yet.
Damn.
You got it for free. If a yokai did that, you can imagine anything at all. Come on, I don't believe in them either, so don't look at me like that. Let's just say it was a natural phenomenon. Listen to how fierce the wind is outside. Don't you think it may not be so mysterious it could make those uncommon, frightening vacuum pockets?
Localized entirely within the Yakuza room.
May I see
Really?
it?
No.
Winds that could shatter a window and instantly dismember the body of someone sitting next to it. Someone standing next to it.
Then
Winds like
everyone who's in
those
that room
blow in
would
this
die.
world?
Winds like that blow in this world. That sounds like the fucking unsolved mystery. What the name of the fucking?
It is a
Jonathan
little
Pryce?
bit unsolved mysteries, yes.
Would a
Plasma!
would a
It had
wind
to be because of plasma. Maybe he got it's a gift for real. Aki shouted after looking so afraid the whole time. Keiko quizzically asked, Aki, what do you mean by plasma? I don't understand it well, but I know that has to be it. That's our explanation. It didn't seem at all like anything would explain that. But Aki nodded and looked very sure of herself. But what about the note? A person had to have written it, right? What? But, distressed after Kanako said that, Aki started to cry again. Unable to bear it any longer, Mr. Kayama cut in. Tell me, what exactly is this threatening note you were talking about earlier? Mr. Kobayashi immediately looked at me. But he quickly realized it was too late to keep it a secret now and started to explain it. Well, to tell the truth, everyone was speechless for some time after Mr. Kobayashi finished. Mr. Mikimoto muttered, Something like that happened? Sighing, Mr. Kayama grumbled, You have to tell us about things like that. But what's done is done. At any rate, if that's a real dead body up there, we have to contact the police right away. The police? I hadn't even realized something so obvious until now. I must not have been thinking straight because of that bizarre situation we were in. Mr. Kobayashi must have thought the same because he turned around and rushed to the phone. He held the receiver to his ear, but he quickly started pressing the switch hook, which rattled from his irritation. No good. I don't hear anything. The phone is dead. Mr. Kayama got up and shouted, What? This is awful. Maybe the phone line got cut somewhere. Mr. Kobayashi almost hatefully staring at the silent phone. The phone wasn't working. It took a while for the significance of that to really get to me. Because of the dead phone and the blizzard, we couldn't contact the police until at least tomorrow. On top of that, we couldn't escape from here. Mr. Kayama started to smile. Oh, that reminds me, I should use my cell phone. But Mr. Kobayashi curtly said, It's pointless, Mr. Kayama. We don't get reception around here. So, what are we supposed to do? There's a murderer prowling around here.
A murderer. A person who murders.
People.
It just like starts going a fucking definition of the word murder.
People die.
Merriam-Webster describes it as a person who commits act of killing.
Act of killing? A murderer. Hearing that word caught us all off guard. The bizarreness of the corpse had distracted us from considering this was certainly a murder. Yeah, dude. Just people just die and get explode into body parts.
What was the thing about plasma? My phone, my laptop kind of fell asleep. And
the girl just said it had to be plasma. She didn't explain herself.
You're just like, it's got to be plasma, bro.
So he must have got insta-gived.
Holy shit.
Instead, we made a fuss over it being a Kamaitachi or plasma. No, maybe we were intentionally trying not to consider that. But it couldn't be an accident or a suicide. Murder was the most natural conclusion. Somebody killed Mr. Tanaka and dismembered his corpse. And as Mr. Kayama said, the weather makes it highly likely that the murderer is still nearby. I asked, do you think they could descend the mountain in this weather? Mr. Kobayashi and Toshio shook their heads at me at about the same time. Toshio replied, I think that's impossible. It's almost a miracle that Mr. Mikimoto arrived here earlier. If you walked, you'd freeze to death. If you drove, at best you'd get stranded or at worst you'd fall into a river. So you're saying the murderer is trying to hide in this lodge. That's their only option for surviving the blizzard, right? Everyone gasped. Even Aki stopped crying and looked terrified. Toshio angrily stood up. So now what? We have to spend the night with some bastard who chopped up a body like that? You can't be serious. You're right, there's no way I can sleep soundly knowing a murderer might be here. We have to do something. Mr. Kayama strongly agreed. Confused, Mr. Kobayashi asked back, something like what? We have to catch the killer. We can't contact the police, so we have to do it ourselves. Please wait a moment. Mr. Mikimoto's pitiable voice contrasted with his appearance. A murderer who dismembers their victim's body must be truly heinous. Wouldn't it be better for us to stay together in one place than to hastily make a move on them? Even a vicious criminal wouldn't be able to interfere with this many of us. So you want all of us to just stay awake here the whole night? The killer will just end up killing us all when we do sleep. Mr. Kayama saying something so unthinkable terrified Kanako, Keiko, and Aki even more. I frantically cut into the conversation. Nobody here is terrible enough to go that far. I think we only need to securely lock our doors and windows. Locking doors and windows? Come on. They've already got inside, haven't they? Mr. Kobayashi shouted in surprise. They couldn't have. Just when and where did they get in? Mr. Kayama said, I don't know. But haven't they already got it in here and killed someone without anyone noticing? Looking for the right thing to say, Mr. Kobayashi stammered, but... Mr. Kayama said, well, that window was shattered, right? Was that how they got inside? Snow doesn't get removed from the backside often, so maybe it wasn't hard for them to get in through a window upstairs. I said what I felt naturally followed that line of thought. If they did get inside the window, how did they also escape out of it?
Did they also escape out of it?
Did they also escape out of it? After all, the door was still locked when we checked that room.
Oh my gosh, it's a locked room mystery.
I mean, the window's open, so... Mr. Kayama said...
Locked room, open window mystery?
Yeah. Do you know that for sure? The doors here use the push-button locks. If they did come in through the window, it'd be enough to push the button and close the door. Maybe they could have hidden in the empty room upstairs, so they went downstairs as we came upstairs. What Mr. Kayama said about the doors was certainly true. You can lock the doors from the inside by closing the door and pushing the button. All the guest rooms in the spur were like that. So because the door was locked, it wasn't impossible for the killer to have escaped through the window.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I just thought something. If this was Danganronpa, it would have been, while you were chatting up with other people, it would be like, how do you lock this door? Let me press this button. Is there a key? It's like, no, silly, there's a button. You press a button and close from the inside. And just like, drop you everything before somebody dies. and you're like, wait.
Danganronpa is by the same company as this game.
It is Chunsoft. It's just, like, it's such a different approach, because here it's like, this information becomes relevant only after something happened.
It was hard to believe that the killer went downstairs, sneaking past us while we were in the hallway.
Right?
It was Mari, who had been pale and silent, who said, "Don't you think everyone should take something to use as a makeshift weapon?" I was surprised to hear her suggest it, but yeah, we should, for when the time comes. Let's prepare ourselves right away. Everyone quickly agreed.
Everybody took a knife.
However, there were no outright weapons in the spur. In the end, everybody took things like ski poles, fruit knives, or mops. We considered kitchen knives and such to be too dangerous, so we ended up using our least reliable options for weapons.
What are you gonna do with them then? Are you gonna throw them out or something? Like,
you could probably hurt somebody with a ski pole. Let's make teams and search every inch of the lodge.
In another, somebody would just fall into a ski pole and it pierces them.
Under beds, in closets, in bathtubs, anywhere somebody could hide. Before we knew it, Mr. Kayama had become our leader. After all, he was a company president.
Is it hide or is it hide?
What?
Hide.
Shut up. All 5 men
Oh,
teamed up. Myself, Mr. Mikimoto, Mr. Kobayashi, Mr. Kawayama, and Toshio. He doesn't get a mister?
because he's a creep.
No.
It
That
doesn't.
was Mikimoto. Toshio's
Yeah.
the part-time worker who's the 6th year in college.
Oh, that's why. Because he's on the same level as the protagonist, I guess.
Because he didn't graduate college.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense, yeah. The women
Damn,
all sent us
gender.
off. I wish they'd also sew us some soldier's charms. Be careful, Mari said with just a few words, but they comforted me.
This is how the. This is a really funny way to make mystery, because of misogyny, you're like, well, a woman wouldn't kill somebody and then cut them up, and then
Mr.
at the end
Kobayashi,
they're like, oh, it's a woman did it. It's like, what?
Mr. Kobayashi asked nobody in particular, where should we start looking? I said, would you start with upstairs or downstairs? Upstairs, probably. The body's up there. Let's start upstairs. Both of you, go ahead. Despite being the first person to speak, Mr. Kayama made me and Mr. Mikimoto go ahead of him.
I'll go downstairs because
Nothing I
something
can do.
fell, but
We each tightly grasped our weapons. A mop for him and a ski pole for me, and we went up the stairs. I wish they turned into the stairs to heaven. Mr. Kobayashi unlocked the door, and Mr. Mikimoto and I readied our weapons.
we don't have the rights for
Okay.
stairways to heaven. Sorry, can't call it that.
Okay, I'm gonna open it. At the same time we nodded, Mr. Kobayashi opened the door and hid behind it. Then Mr. Mikimoto and I went in, holding our ski pole and mop. We did that for every room and searched under the beds.
This music is offending me.
Out of a fear that somebody could escape if all 5 of us entered a room, only I and Mr. Mikimoto would go inside. It was scary at first, but became bolder as we kept doing it. Mr. Mikimoto must have felt the same, as his complexion was returning to normal. Whoever they are, the 5 of us can handle them if they show up. Right, there's 5 of us. Finally, we finished checking all the rooms, but there was no sign of anyone. Jiro, what about that door? Mr. Kayama pointed at the door at the end of the hallway. That's our closet for cleaning supplies. It's not impossible for someone to hide in it. Everyone froze in place. Mr. Mikimoto looked at me with his eyes open wide. They were practically asking, "Did you hear that?" Gulping, I nodded. Go. My hands were holding the ski pole were getting sweaty.
Mom's spaghetti.
Mr. Kobayashi grabbed the knob, but looked at everyone. Myself, Mr. Mikimoto, Toshio, and standing back a little, Mr. Kayama. The 4 of us nodded at the same time. He opened the door. Brooms, dustpans, rubber slippers, bathroom items, and buckets of cleaning supplies were inside. We saw nothing else but darkness. Is someone there? Mr. Mikimoto called out into the darkness. I sighed in relief.
This is Japan in the 90s, right? There was definitely someone in the closet.
Okay. That's why the Mikimoto has a beard and is hitting on women.
That's a very women-hating gay guy. He hates women because he loves men, or the other way around.
I knew it. The killer must have escaped out a window. I don't think a person could hide in here or anywhere else in the lodge. Just as I said that,
there was a murder child with some scissors walking around.
Suddenly a broom fell towards us and clattered onto the floor. Stay back! Mr. Mikimoto shut his eyes and flailed his mop around.
That was incredible animation.
They saved the incredible animation for the cat. They
Put the
rotoscoped the cat
to
for
it.
that.
Oh my gosh.
A
A
cat?
cat.
Oh, Toshio said, it's Jenny. So that's where she was. Jenny? She's the lodge's cat. I was wondering where she was since I hadn't seen her. The whole time she was in there. Okay then.
Okay
Mr.
then.
Kobayashi pressed us on. Next, downstairs.
Holy, like, look at that.
They have an avatar sticker. They have like a emote sticker of that cat in Street Fighter now.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. That's like, people who gives a shit. A cat. Now that's important.
We all started to think it was less and less likely that the killer had broken in. Completely relaxed, unlike just earlier, we went downstairs. I may not look it, but I did judo in high school. If the killer appears, I'll hold them down with a one-armed shoulder throw until they can't speak. Now that it came to this, Mr. Kayama started saying that. So then you'll stand in front next time, Mr. Kayama. When I sarcastically said that, he became flustered.
Yes, call out his ass.
Well, I really want to do that, but my back isn't in the greatest shape. Damn, if only it was better. I kind of put up with this geezer.
Actually, it's pronounced Jeezer.
Gonna ignore that. Mari and the others were waiting downstairs and looking worried.
Because you know the phrase, oh jeez. It's like part of that Jeezer.
She asked, how was it? I just shook my head. The black cat from earlier was at Midori's feet now and hungrily eating its food.
Oh no, it's a black cat. Oh no.
You thought it was a blue cat?
No, it's just gonna be like the wife of the meritocracy guy is gonna be like, that's a bad sign, we gotta kill the cat. And you're just like, where did this come from?
On the first floor, we checked the lounge, the dining room and the kitchen, the staff room for Midori and Toshio, the Kobayashi's room, and what looked like a drying room.
That's what you try.
I mean, I assume you put towels and stuff in there.
The ancient Japanese concept that you might not know, where you're trying to make clothes unwet.
Unwet! Returning to the lounge, I asked Mr. Kobayashi, are there any other rooms? After thinking about it a little, he said, there's only the wine cellar left, but it's locked. Well, that's unfortunate. Nobody was there in the end. I even thought of giving them a taste of my Jigoku Guruma judo throw. Mr. Kayama rubbed his hands together in frustration. As usual, he was all bark and no bite. When we returned to the lounge, Mrs. Kobayashi had brought out some coffee for us. Nobody was there, huh? Mari could tell just from the look on my face. So in the end, they must have escaped outside. Toshio replied, yeah, I wonder.
Nah, it's Mr. Kobayashi fucking...
Everybody
Cut
had
him up.
had a complex expression of both relief and anxiety. No, he couldn't do that. His back hurts. I suppose it was only natural. We were in no danger for now, but still couldn't be sure if there was really somebody hiding somewhere. Plus, even if they aren't here now, they might still come
It
in
said
later
nobody
tonight.
hiding nowhere, and he turned into somebody hiding somewhere.
Look, my brain auto-corrected it.
Oh my god. Plus, even if they aren't here now, they might still come in later tonight. And no matter how tightly we lock the doors, they could simply come in by breaking another window.
Uh-huh. Wait. I suddenly had my doubts. We had assumed from the beginning that the killer had broken the window to get in. But was that really true?
I realized that one of us, did the killer have entered the lodge even earlier than we thought?
They could have taken their time to dismember Mr. Tanaka's body. That being said, it didn't explain how they could have dismembered a human body like that. Or did they have some special process for it? Then the way they dealt with the body in such a short time between the window shattering and us going to the room was...
I don't think there was any way they could have. That means that it was, you know, the body was cut up long before then.
There was no way they could have. The killer must have entered the lodge even earlier. But when? Where did they come in? Could they have gotten inside without anyone noticing? On top of how all the windows and doors were locked, the only entrances or exits that came to mind were the front door and the drawing room. But then somebody must have seen them. Moreover, even if all the guests were in the back, at least Mr. Kobayashi should have known who was coming and going. So then... they killed Mr. Tanaka from the outside without ever entering the lodge. In mystery novels, that would be called a distant murder. But how could somebody dismember a body like that from a distance? I thought about it with all I had.
They call it a distant murder.
Distance murder.
That's when they kill distance murder, where they kill somebody
The
from a
Xbox
distance.
360, we call that a fucking boom headshot.
Dude, running up with a shotgun over the corner, like you're like a like you're a maiden being late to school.
That's right, the window was open. A weapon that could dismember a body from a distance with Mr. Tanaka standing at the window. That's it! A laser beam!
Dumbass. Laser scalpers have been around for... Oh my god. Fucking dumbass.
It wouldn't be strange if something more powerful had been distributed. No, it was strange after all.
Captain Quark?
Thinking about it more sensibly, such a powerful weapon just for this didn't seem likely. Moreover, it would have left marks on the wall or something. That's it. That's his train of logic, not the laser beams don't exist.
Fucking dumbass.
So then the killer's inside the building as we thought? But there was no way to get inside, which is to say, they were one of us. Wait, when the window shattered, only one of us was not in the lounge.
It was the alibi. Boom.
The man drinking his hot coffee next to me, Toshio. He could have killed Mr. Tanaka. I stealthily glanced at his face.
He had nothing else to do.
The bright college student who loved to ski. Was all that just a ruse? Something wrong? Toshio looked back at me. No, oh, some sugar, sorry. He handed a pot of sugar to me. Thanks. All I could do was take it and put it in my coffee.
Let me to draw 2 additional coffee cups.
Looks like he misunderstood the meaning behind my gaze. Could this decent-looking guy actually be a killer?
That was male gaze.
No matter the situation, there was no way he killed someone and dismembered their body like that. So as we thought, the killer had escaped outside. They must be a criminal to the core, not connected to anyone here.
I'm kind of curious, can you guess correctly there? Or is it just like all of these, like,
I think there is a way to guess the mystery early. But I don't remember what the trigger is for it. Right, maybe somebody like another Yakuza had killed Mr. Tanaka. I tried to force myself to believe that.
Another Yakuza here at a ski lodge?
I mean, I played Yakuza 5. Those motherfuckers were fighting bears in the mountains, okay?
Well...
Suddenly, Mr. Kobayashi stood up. I asked, "What's the matter?" "I'm gonna check outside." "Outside? Why outside? There might be tracks outside, like footprints or tire tracks." Toshio shook his head. Even if tracks were out there, they'd have already disappeared in all the snow. Maybe so, but even if the killer may have already returned here, we can't just sit around and do nothing.
They did hear a loud sound of something falling, and that could be something.
Yeah? Mr. Kobayashi spoke unpleasantly. Let's go.
No, if you stood up, then you wouldn't have gone with him. He would be there alone. Because he would be stood up.
I'll go with you. I stood up. In English, they have this concept of standing up. It's untranslatable.
Damn. I knew I didn't know something.
You come too, Mr. Kayama. You'll show them your Jugoku Guruma if we run into them, right? When I sarcastically said that, he gave a faltering reply. Right.
I'm
But
too
I don't
old.
do
I
well in the
cannot do
cold.
input anymore.
If you find them, chase them inside so I can give them a taste of my Subama Gaeshi. This guy could weasel out of anything. Oh, but could he sickle weasel out of anything? Plus, I thought the Subame Gaeshi wasn't a judo technique, but... In the end, Mr. Kobayashi, Toshio, Mr. Mikimoto, and I went looking outside. Once everyone had changed in the rooms, we met 5 minutes later at the entrance, just at 10 p.m.
Will we hear the bird, the clock? No.
We then put on our shoes, got our weapons, and headed outside. The moment we opened the door, we were assaulted with snow and razor-sharp winds. I quickly put on my hood and pulled the strings tight. Mr. Kobayashi shouted over the wind, "Let's go around the lodge once, from the left and the right. Toshio and Mr. Mikimoto, you two go counterclockwise. I'll go clockwise with Toru. Sound good?" We all nodded. When we stepped off the front porch, it was a pure white hell out there. We split up into pairs and started walking through the shin-high, ever-accumulating snow. Don't get
Shin
separated.
high?
Shin-high, up to your shins.
It's like a Shin Godzilla.
No.
Godzilla that's very tiny. Shin high.
Just inserting Japanese terms where they...
I mean, the game is Japanese, so I'm trying to meet it in the middle.
It's already translated, Moss. The raging
Really?
winds immediately drowned out his voice.
I don't know what Yakuza means. It didn't say.
Even though I pulled my hood as tight as I could and looked down, the wind mercilessly slashed at my face. I can't see a thing! Despite looking up,
goes, I see.
opening my eyes as wide as I couldn't see even 1 meter ahead of me in this raging white darkness. I had gloves on, but my fingers tightly grasping the ski pole were already starting to freeze. Mr. Kobayashi! Mr. Kobayashi! I had lost sight of him and shouted, partly crazed. No matter where I looked, it was snow, snow, and more snow. I couldn't even see the outline of the lodge. I was completely losing my sense of direction.
The sound design's really good in this. I guess that makes sense with it being sound level, but...
Yeah, they didn't... Even in the last one, it was pretty good. I just kept going to the right. But there were no clues no matter how far I went. It was only snow swirling around me.
This is more like the Japanese politics, am I right?
Mr. Kobayashi, where are you? My voice cracked from fear. My exposed cheeks were going numb from the cold. Yeah, let's keep going. I kept going forward anyway. No matter how far I went, I saw nothing but snow. Just then I stopped in my tracks and listened closely when I thought I heard a voice off in the distance. Toru? Where? You? Someone was calling my name, but I couldn't tell where I heard it from. I'm here! Where are you? Toru! Somehow I got a rough idea of where. Just walking in the deep snow was hard work on its own. Despite my limbs being numb from the cold, my back started to sweat and I was breathing more quickly. Finally, I arrived at the back corner of the lodge. Just as I looked around, I saw Mr. Kobayashi's back. Mr. Kobayashi! Shouting, I approached. Mr. Mikimoto was collapsed at Mr. Kobayashi's feet. Toshio was trying to hold him up. What in the world happened? Mr. Mikimoto groaned on the ground. I saw a red line oozing from his temple. It was blood. What happened to him? Toshio said, "It looks like someone attacked him. We have to carry him inside and give him first aid." Attacked? Who did it? I only realized it was a stupid question when I asked it out loud.
No, it's the genre is called whodunit. Localization is not good.
No, the tense is correct.
Not who did it.
No, it's present tense, so it's who did it. Once they figure it out, then it's a who done it. Obviously, it had to be Mr. Tanaka's killer. Toshio sounded frustrated when he said, "If I didn't fall behind, I could have caught them." When did you get separated?
Why did you get separated?
Why did you get separated? Yeah, okay. I guess this is fair for me correcting all your jokes. Mr. Kobayashi demanded an explanation, but there was no hint of blame in his voice. He and I had gotten separated ourselves. There was nothing you could do about it in this visibility. Blocking the wind with my hand, I focused on Mr. Mikimoto. Around where he was collapsed, the snow had been messed up as if there had been a fight. However, I couldn't tell whether or not there were footprints. On the contrary, the continuously falling snow was even rapidly hiding our own footprints.
Why would you walk so far away from the lodge?
Damn, if we only had a dog or something. Toshio bit his lips and glared off into the white darkness. However, I wondered, would any sane person try to escape in this blizzard? Just as I thought that, I shuddered. Was there nobody else here besides the four of us? Could the one who attacked Mr. Mikimoto be Toshio?
Oh no.
He may have lied that he fell behind and actually attacked Mr. Mikimoto from behind with his mop. Anyway, let's carry him back in. Mr. Kobayashi collected all our weapons. I carried Mr. Mikimoto's legs while Toshio carried his shoulders. He was heavier than I thought. Walking through the snow was hard enough on its own, so could we get back while carrying him? Feeling anxious, we tried to go back the way we came.
No, we should just leave him in the snow, honestly.
Mr. Kobayashi shouted, "Not that way!" It seemed like the back entrance was there. I was a little relieved. That being said, it was hard to take more than a few steps carrying a large, limp, unconscious man through the steep snow. After not even 10 meters, I thought my shoulders were going to give out from the pain. Toshio was also clenching his teeth and enduring the pain. Finally, the two of us made it. Mr. Kobayashi rang the doorbell. I didn't see anything, but it looked like we were at the back entrance. Come on. Someone opened the door soon. After impatiently waiting, the door finally opened. We must have all looked like snowmen when we tumbled inside. Inside, Mrs. Kobayashi covered her mouth and was paralyzed with fear. Gasping for air, Mr. Kobayashi only vigorously said, "Hurry! We have to get him first aid!" Surprised, Mrs. Kobayashi couldn't move for a moment. However, when she realized Mr. Mikimoto was bleeding, she shouted, "Midori! Please come here!"
I think that guy deserves it, though.
Which, for hitting on those girls?
Yeah.
He is kind of a creep. When Midori finally arrived, she and the Kobayashis almost dragged Mr. Mikimoto away. Toshio shut the back door. You can tell that this is Toshio because he has a ponytail. Is that a ponytail or is it like a headband?
That's a good question.
I guess he wouldn't wear a headband outside.
Maybe he's bald with a...
You think he has like a fucking top knot?
Yeah.
A samurai top knot?
Breathing a little more calmly, he said, "But why do you think he was attacked?"
He must have run into the killer. I resisted the urge to say, "Wasn't it you who did it?" But wasn't that right outside the room with the body? Even if Tanaka's killer escaped through a window, would they have been outside the whole time? They'd have to become an ice sculpture. That was certainly true, but I was in no mood to listen to him talk anymore. Maybe they had some reason to come back. Don't they say killers return to the scene of the crime? I carelessly replied on a whim. Toshio ought to strongly react to something unexpected like that. That's it. That's it. The killer had some reason for returning. Maybe because they realized they had some evidence.
They left their keys. between the body parts.
What was this guy planning when he said something like this? Did he not attack Mr. Mikimoto? Was the killer outside even now as I thought? Or did someone other than Toshio? Mr. Kobayashi? He had the chance to attack Mr. Mikimoto too. He would have had to leave me behind, quickly walk off and attack him when they came across each other. But even if Mr. Kobayashi could have attacked Mr. Mikimoto, he couldn't have killed Mr. Tanaka. At the time of the incident, we were all together in the lodge. I knew it. If the killer wasn't Toshio, I can only assume that they escaped outside. But even
You don't know
now,
shit, buddy.
that was just my
I'm sorry.
imagination. Look, he's read a lot of mystery novels. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh, of course, right.
It should become clearer when Mr. Mikimoto wakes up. Who attacked him? What did it feel like? Even if he didn't see the killer's full face, could we get some kind of clue from him? Anyway, I'm going back to my room.
Back room?
Toshio stood up. Can you stand up? He offered his hand to me. Thanks.
Please stand up.
After I hesitated a little, I cautiously took his hand and stood up.
Okay, I'm being too annoying. I'm gonna stop.
Toshio returned to his own room, and I made sure he disappeared into the room as his back turned. I headed to the lounge. I wasn't comfortable exposing my back to a possible murderer. On the way back to my room, I saw Mari and Mrs. Kayama in the lounge. I asked,
Wait, is
where are
this
the
the same-
others?
Oh my gosh, it's the same angle as that YouTube video with like talking about is Fortnite overrated, and it's like three
Talking about Fortnite video with the
kids
three
talking
boys.
About, is Fortnite overrated?
It's Fortnite. Somebody edit that video, but it's just them in their blue silhouettes.
Damn. This guy returned to his room after all went outside Toru. It looked like he was trying to use his cell phone.
Oh, the three girls said they wanted to use the bathroom. All three of them? Yeah. And after that, Midori and my uncle and aunt brought Mr. Mikimoto to his room. Yeah, I'm aware. I noticed my clothes were soaking wet from the melted snow. I'll go change clothes. I left them with that and went upstairs. Ah, Mr. Kayama. Just as I had left my room after changing, I happened to run into him. You're back. Thank you for going outside. How was it with your phone? Phone? Oh, my cell phone. It didn't work at all, just like Juro said. I see. Just Mari and Mrs. Kayama were in the lounge as before. Everybody else was probably still in Mr. Mikimoto's room. Mr. Kayama grunted as he sat on the sofa. Thinking the sofas were getting packed again, I sat on the stairs. So what happened outside? Did you find anything unusual? Since he had been in his room the whole time, it looked like Mr. Kayama still didn't know anything. This isn't the time for that now. Somebody attacked Mr. Mikimoto. What did you say? Mr. Kayama frowned. What do you mean by somebody? Did they get away? Yeah. Well, nobody saw them except for Mr. Mikimoto. Mari and Mrs. Kayama were listening carefully but anxiously. Are his injuries serious? Or did he already... He seemed to hold back from finishing with die. I don't know. Mr. Kobayashi and Midori should be checking his injuries now. Don't tell me the killer will get us one by one. Not a chance! There goes that middle-aged guy with his crazy talk again. Yes, then, Mari and Mrs. Kayama look frightened. Maybe so, or you can't be serious. How can you say that?
What's the deal with all these murders?
Maybe so. I shook in fear. Mari shouted, both of you, stop! There's no murderer out there, so why would you say such an awful, thoughtless thing? But Mr. Kayama did not yield on his theory. But if they did kill everyone, couldn't they leisurely wait out the blizzard? And since nobody would notify the police, they could take their time planning an escape route. Grimacing, Mari screamed, "No! How could you say such a horrible thing out loud?" But you couldn't entirely deny what Mr. Kayama said. Escaping in this blizzard would be a death wish. If anything, I felt it was more likely that they could hide somewhere for now and wait for somebody to go outside. Maybe they didn't have a particular reason to target Mr. Mikimoto. From their point of view, they attacked him because he happened to be the first one they saw. And maybe that's all there was to it. I gradually felt like Mr. Kayama was correct. However, I didn't want to frighten Mari any further. I made it a point to say, we still have no way to know for sure. Besides, even if they're out there, we'll be fine if we stay inside, stay together as much as we can, and go nowhere alone. But Mari immediately objected. You say all that, but how do we call for help if the phone doesn't work or we can't go outside? At any rate, we'll be fine if we hold out until morning. You can't survive to morning in that blizzard outside. Then wouldn't they only be more desperate to come attack us? Looks like I failed trying to reassure Mari. Just as we finished talking, the Kobayashis came downstairs. Ah, Mr. Kobayashi, how's Mr. Mikimoto doing? For now he's awake, but he looked grim. Was Mr. Mikimoto in serious condition? He said that he didn't see anyone. It seems that somebody just suddenly attacked him. Looks like his grim expression was not from Mr. Mikimoto's condition, but from how we knew nothing more about the killer. So then, will he be okay? I'm not sure. He said he was dizzy, so it's possible he had a concussion. He shook his head, but we need a doctor to know for sure. At least, it doesn't seem like he has a fractured skull. Where on the head was he attacked? Mari asked a strange question. Where? Around his right temple, but why do you ask? Mari thought for a bit, then started to mutter. He was attacked from behind, on his right temple? So then the killer is right-handed. Wait, it wasn't necessarily from behind. If they did attack from behind, Toshio became more and more suspicious to me. Oh? Didn't he say he didn't see the killer? So then I assumed they attacked him from behind. Mari, you said that not knowing how awful the blizzard is out there. You can barely look up and you can't see one step ahead of you. Mr. Mikimoto would have...
Mari is marinating us. I think that's what stands... Mari is short for marinating. She's like, what? I think it's this guy who did it.
I think she's grilling us, not marinating us.
I think it's marinating. I think she's the killer.
Mr. Mikimoto would have noticed if they stood in front of him and attacked him. You're really adamant that she's the one. So wouldn't they have attacked him from behind?
Detective gave me all the clues. Okay, no, it's not a bald head anymore.
Ah, yeah.
Because a little hair.
Toshio came over.
If it was a bald, that would be rancid. As a haircut. Anyways, sorry.
Toshio came over as Mario was saying that. I rushed to say not from in front, but maybe from the side or from above. Above? I myself knew that I said that recklessly, but I felt something bothering me. Perhaps because he hadn't noticed what I had said, Toshio sat on the sofa with an innocent look on his face. He asked, Mr. Kobayashi, how are Mr. Mikimoto's injuries? They may not look serious to the untrained eye. However, we can't rest easy until tomorrow because he might have a hemorrhage and suddenly die. Then, did he see the killer's face? No, he didn't. Toshio looked relieved, or was that just my imagination? I see. But now the killer has exposed some of their behavior. We should all try to stay together as much as... Oh? Toshio briefly stopped talking and looked around. Where are those girls? I don't see Midori either. Mr. Kobayashi replied, I thought Midori had come downstairs first. But those girls are very late if they're just using the bathroom. I thought it was unusual since they went together. Mari corrected what her uncle had said. Midori hasn't come down yet. Isn't she still upstairs? Mari must know since she's been in the lounge the whole time. She hasn't come
Or
down
you
yet?
don't get it. You don't get it. Going to the bathroom is a social event.
You don't mean she went to that room with the body?
Bonnie.
Why?
The room with the Bonnie.
Well, we'll see what happened to Midori, and then I'll probably pause it for now.
Damn,
It has been like 2 hours.
reading. You've been reading a lot. A shame if something would happen to your text.
She hasn't come down yet. You don't mean she went in the room with the body? Looking at Mr. Kobayashi's cloudy facial expression, I asked, the room with the body? Why would she... She said there was something bothering her. I'd kept her from going in since I didn't want her to see the body. Toshio stood up after he said, I'll call for her. I didn't show it, but internally I was panicking. Was it really okay to let him go upstairs alone? That being said, I couldn't bring myself to go with him either. What the heck should I do? Mari said, I'll go. Those girls may be sleeping. As I was hesitating, Mari stood up. Just when I felt relieved, another new doubt sprang up. Should I go with her? Or should I keep an eye on Toshio? But ignoring my hesitation, Mari briskly went upstairs. Just then I imagined something frightening. I was under the impression that the killer may have seen Mr. Mikimoto's face. Then they came back to deal the finishing blow. What if Mari happened to run into them when she went upstairs? She was in danger.
You know what would be the best thing about this game? If this is just about this guy's anxiety, about how whatever happens, it's someone murdering, someone walking around, and it turns out, I don't know how the body exploded, but it's just like, yeah, you've been really anxious lately. You should take medication. You need to see a therapist, buddy. You
No,
keep
that's
suspecting everybody to be the killer.
it's like a Eurojank adventure game twist.
That's
What is
so
it, Toro?
true.
When Mr. Kobayashi asked me that, I realized that I was standing up. It's nothing. As I debated whether or not I should check upstairs, Mari quickly came downstairs.
We can talk about differences between Eurojank and this game, this type of game, but I think the similarities is usually there's Yakuza in there for some reason.
No, I feel like Eurojank is more likely it's going to be like the Chinese mafia.
With a samurai sword and kanji in the back, even though they're supposed to be Chinese.
What did you find out? Well, those 3 girls said the 3 of them should be alone and that they couldn't trust anyone else. What do they mean by can't trust anyone else? When Mr. Kobayashi asked that back in surprise, Mari answered, but they seem to think the killer may be one of us. Only the Kobayashis and Mr. Kayama looked surprised when they heard that.
Mrs. Kayama.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I mean, you've been reading a lot.
Maybe everyone else had considered that possibility, even a little. Mr. Kobayashi forcefully said, almost spitting it out, That's ridiculous! Why would we murder some people that we've never met or seen before? Mr. Kayama objected. How do you know they've never met or seen each other? Mr. Kayama, don't tell me that you... No, I didn't do it, but we have no proof that you, or anyone else here didn't know the killer. It's possible one of us knew them. Mr. Kobayashi looked around at us as if he was being chased. Not you too. Were any of you thinking that? Thinking that the killer did not escape outside and might be one of us? I nodded, trying not to look at Toshio. It seemed difficult for Mr. Kobayashi to accept that. But that's impossible. After all, think about it. Who of us had the chance to do it? How long would it have taken to kill somebody and dismember their body like that? After thinking about it for a moment, I said, would they be able to do it if they had 30 minutes? I didn't want to think about it too long. Possibly if they were efficient, Mr. Kobayashi nodded. Was there anyone who had that kind of time after dinner? I, Kyoko, Midori, and Toshio were busy cleaning up. You all should mostly have been here. Doesn't it seem most natural to blame someone who isn't one of us? Someone we didn't see when the glass shattered.
That was Japanese policy in one sentence.
Until now, I was doubting Toshio only because of that. However, if you thought about it, it definitely seemed that nobody had time to dismember the body. Dinner was finished at about 8 p.m. When we left the dining room, Kanako, Keiko, and Aki were making a fuss about the threatening note. And after that, the Kayamas came downstairs to join the Kobayashis and the three girls. Then Mr. Mikimoto arrived late at about 8:30 p.m. After this, everyone except Toshio was in the lounge where the incident occurred. Thinking about it this way, it seemed that, as I thought, Toshio could have barely had the chance to commit the crime. However, I purposely stopped myself from saying it. Oh! Suddenly, I realized that we'd all missed an important detail. Please wait a moment. Mr. Kobayashi, you said that nobody here could have had time to dismember the body like that. So then, just when did the killer commit the crime? And when did they enter the lounge? And when did they kill Mr. Tanaka? Perplexed, Mr. Kobayashi answered, When? I don't know that. Then apart from the time, where did they enter? The windows were all shut tight. If they'd come in through the proper entrances, they would have caught somebody's attention. Mrs. Kobayashi asked in surprise, Didn't they break that window upstairs to come in? Did we hear the glass shatter right before we discovered the body? Until we stepped into that room, at most 15 minutes had passed. No matter how you could look at it, there's no way they could have dismembered the body like that. That much is true. Then perhaps they didn't break a window when they entered the lounge? The lodge? Without breaking a window? I didn't understand what Mrs. Kobayashi was saying. Right. That person may have opened the window and let them in, Mr. Tanaka. The victim let the killer in? It was an absurd thought, but it wasn't impossible. Naturally, the killer would have to be acquainted with the victim. If the victim didn't know that they'd be killed, it was possible enough. When the killer stealthily came through the window, maybe they were planning to join the victim to do something awful.
Oh, fucking Low-Tax is the killer. Low-Tax is the killer.
I don't think he existed yet.
I mean, something awful happened.
I see. Very pathetic. So then, when the killer entered, isn't the issue here? Could it be before or after dinner? Now we can say there was enough time for the killer to dismember Mr. Tanaka after he returned to his room. Felt like I heard a sense of release in Toshio's voice. Did he know that I was doubting it? Come to think of it. Toshio restlessly looked around like he suddenly remembered something. Where's Midori? What happened to her? Oh. Mari brought her hand to her mouth and stood up. I forgot to say, but I didn't find Midori. I really didn't want to go into that room with the body. I tried calling to her, but no reply. Everyone looked at each other. If the killer came in through a window upstairs, it's possible they'd do it again. The glass is already broken. When I spoke quietly, Mr. Kobayashi was speechless.
I have a question. Why did they not look at if somebody could climb into the window from the outside? Why did they went outside, got lost in the in the blizzard, accomplished nothing. One of them was knocked out. That was a pretty bad job.
It can't be. Not Midori, too. Uninvited Mr. Kayama cut in. So we'd better search for her. If we don't hurry, she may be dismembered herself. How could you say such a horrible thing?
Dismember herself? What are you talking about?
That's what I said. Yeah, she may be dismembered herself. Not she did it herself. She might have been dismembered.
She may be, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. How can you say such a horrible thing?
Toshio said, but we really need to find her soon and all stay together. Same for all those 3 girls. Even I agreed with him. Let's go search all together so we won't get split up.
It's 3 girls who did it.
Mr. Kobayashi thought about it a little and nodded. Very
Easier
well
to
then.
cut up a body with 3 people. Just saying.
Mr. and Mrs. Kayama, but will you please come upstairs with the rest of us? All right, let's go. We again brought our weapons just in case and went upstairs all together. We were pushing and shoving on the narrow stairs.
Just joking. It's Mari.
That's your consistent theory, huh?
Yeah.
Get on the
just kill
betting
her
app.
And said, "Where is she?"
Get on the
Where
betting
did
app.
she
Put
go?
in that Mari killed him. Everyone surrounded Mr. Kobayashi as we stood in front of Mr. Tanaka's room.
Oh, here we go again.
He tried to open the door, but hesitated for a moment. Most likely, he didn't want to get anywhere near the body. Trying to urge himself on, he asked Mari, "You only called for her in this room?" When she nodded, Mr. Kobayashi turned the knob as if he had no choice now. A frigid air flowed out of it. "Midori, are you in here?" All that came back was the roar of the wind. Holding his ski pole, Mr. Kobayashi peeked into the bathroom. He watched over him from the entrance. Once he looked where that frightening corpse was, he immediately came back. "Yeah, it looks like no one's here." "Mr. Kobayashi, over here." Toshio called out to him from the hallway. "What is it?" "Jenny is..." Toshio pointed to the end of the hallway. It was that storage room we checked earlier. Black cat Jenny was meowing in front of it.
Oh no.
Mr. Kobayashi silently started walking. Jenny noticed us. She started meowing even more incessantly. Mr. Kobayashi grabbed the doorknob but hesitated for some reason. Mr. Kayama grumbled. "What's the matter? It's just a cat meowing. We already checked there earlier." But nobody was listening to him. Mr. Kobayashi opened the door. Inside was Midori. Her body was folded up carelessly and shoved inside like a puppet. Her eyes were wide open as if she was shocked to see us. But those eyes were completely still. I'm gonna make a quick save now.
Yep, Mari did it.
Save state. I'm gonna save that, and then we'll continue that next time. That sure was.
Listen, it's Mari, 100%.
100%.
Mostly because of the fourth wall breaking bad end when it says 20 years later. See her again 20 years
Your
later.
theory's based on the joke ending.
Yes. What would they specify that she's there again and nobody else?
They did that. Well, I guess they implied she was there. They didn't say she was.
I mean, there was some. I guess the person who worked at the lodge was there. Like there was already grayed out, but I think it's.
She's working her way up to us. Is that what you think? She missed out on her chance because I got a job.
Yes.
She came back 20 years later.
It's like, yeah, I gotta finish this job.
Yeah, we dated.
Back.
We dated for 3 weeks, but it was a really bad 3 weeks. She said.
Oh wait, they did it for 3 weeks. Their fiance. What?
No, that was a bit. He said, "This is the man that may become my nephew."
Now this man knows how to marry my
niece.
My niece.
Well, we're gonna find out next time.
Next time on
Kamaitachi no Yoru. The terrifying conclusion. Who is the murderer? Bye.